row. You seen those Flyers? Flyers win 7-4 over the Minnesota Wild. Chuck Fletcher gets the job done against his former team, and it must feel sweet for him to get this win. Even though the Flyers are in the basement, some things finally came together in this one. Carter Hart would get the start again in this one, and he would make 34 of 38 saves. A lot of shots coming his way. He was okay. It wouldn't say that he won this game for us. I think finally our offense decided to get going, but Flyers would start in the hole 2-0 and would have to climb out of it, and it would start on the power play. New look power play. 5 forwards. We went with 5 forwards on the power play. I don't know how I feel about that because we're actually terrible defending shorthanded breaks. But you got to try something, and I give all the respect in the world to Scott Gordon, thinking outside the box. He knows, listen, at the end of the season, I'm done if we don't get things changed. So might as well be wild with it, and might as well try and figure out what can happen if we do something unorthodox, because these teams don't see this coming. I don't think it's going to last long term, but it was cool to see. And they had 5 forwards. They had JVR, Simmons, Giroux, Voracek, and Couturier all out on the power play on the first unit for this one. And it paid dividends on the first power play when James Van Riemsdyk puts it away, cutting the lead to 2-1. And you know, before the end of the period, he had to make it his period. James Van Riemsdyk scores again, making it 2-2, the period of JVR. Early on in the second, Foligno would score for the Minnesota Wild, giving them a 3-2 lead. But fear not, Nolan Patrick show in the second period. This guy has been nowhere. He has been ghosted, and finally this guy gets on the board. First time in a while on a legit goal, not an empty netter or nothing like that. So he puts one in and ties the game at 3, and not long after, within 10 minutes, scores again. Nice goal. Bounces off the boards, comes back, puts a stick between his legs and puts it into the empty net behind the goalie. So beautiful goal. And just to close out the period, Wayne Simmons gives you a little taste of what's to come, and the Flyers are up 5-3. Minnesota would get one back around 8 minutes into the third on a Ryan Suter goal, but Wayne Simmons was reminding you late in the second to watch out for him in the third period, and he puts in another on a breakaway over the glove and makes it a 6-4 game and pretty much puts the game out of reach. To end the game, just to reward him for his good play of late, Giroux gives a nice little chip pass to JVR, and JVR completes the hat trick. Flyers win 7-4 with all these changes, which finally we're trying to do something to compete. 5 forward power play. You got JVR on the top line now with Giroux and connecting. This is what you got to do. You got to make changes and see what works and stick to that. And that's exactly what the Flyers did in this one, and this is how we should have been playing since day one. I think we're still way too far in a hole to get out of it, but it's good to see the pieces that are working, and you know that this team's not completely in shambles. The 5 forward power play is something that kind of concerns me because it's starting to show that there's a little bit of faith in their defense, and you don't really want to send that message, but it's true at this point. Provorov hasn't been Provorov. Sanheim hasn't been living up to his levels that we expect him to, and Gostisbehere's been a ghost. So you gotta look at what you have and play with what you have, and right now that's what the Flyers are doing, and in this game that's what they did. Maybe they'll win another one next game and get a 2-game win streak going, and if it's 3-game win streak eventually, man, I don't know, but bro, like the video. This was a good game. The video's up early. Boys, smash that subscribe button. Subscribe to the videos. You know, we're not going to go down without a fight, but like if you're a Flyers fan and you're struggling like us, subscribe just so even you can chat below. We're a community now. We got like 20 people. You never know, we grow it a little bit. We bash, we celebrate together in the comments. So subscribe and hit that bell, boop, because then you'll be one of the first people in that conversation. If you know right when I post, sometimes I post on time, sometimes I don't, but I usually try to leave a question down there so that you guys can interact and we can discuss what we think about the Flyers. So, Baro, you seen those Flyers?